Hello, welcome back to Sibling Thrivery Season 2, Episode 2. We're back again. What's up, Das?
You know what it is, bruh. Excited as always, and I think what's exciting me more than anything else is that we get to speak to other siblings.
Absolutely.
And now we don't feel so weird. Also, we get to get pointers on what we can do better. Or sometimes what we don't want to do, because is fun. You know what I mean? Yeah, so happy to be here. And yet again, I want us come with the reveal.
I know.
We have two more siblings, right? I guess it's brother season, eh?
It's brother season.
Last time it was two brothers.
Yeah.
And now there's two brothers again.
Absolutely.
So I was gonna buy two brothers, guy one brother.
Alright, before they someone copied someone. Before we let them introduce themselves, do you know who's who?
So I know, I won't say his name, you say his name.
Yeah.
I know this one. So when they came in, he came in first. So I was waiting for that familiar, and he didn't give it to me. He was just like, say Shabu Kren.
And you're like,
and I was like, I'm much Kren now. Bang bang. And I was like, oh! So yeah, I had my own moment. Can you tell?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, very easily.
Okay.
I've known them for a very, very long time. Okay. So obviously, like, I can tell. You know?
Okay.
And I have very different relationships with both of them.
Okay.
So I know who's who.
Okay.
Alright, gents, please introduce yourself.
I actually thought it was going to be a better introduction. Introducing something, guys, so that you know.
As you can tell.
What would you do?
What's up, guys? I am Lizwe Kumbuza, aka Donna Boza, and he always does this weird thing. What's up? Is this your TV or what? And like, that's it. Sizwe. That's it.
Alright, we got Sizwe and Lizwe Kumbuza in the house. And if you can't tell, they're obviously twins. And thank you guys for coming. And I hope you guys share honestly with us today with our topic. Our topic is black tax.
Oh, yeah?
But not, black tax, you think of just one thing of sending like money home or whatever. And it's not necessarily just that. So the way I want to start it is, for instance, when I went to school, I went to predominantly white school. I think I was like one of two black students in that school. And I know...
It's the other black.
It was 1989, guys. Some of y'all weren't born yet. You guys should all be bowing down. And so, as a kid, you don't really understand the dynamic of the difficulties you face being in a space like that, where I went to a private Catholic school, but I was the poorest person there. And I was expected to do all the activities, live according to his standards. I used to go to their houses for a sleepover. This girl lives on a horse farm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She tells her mom what to cook for dinner.
She tells her mom, she does all of that stuff, right? And so my parents did the most. In retrospect, obviously, being at the time, to put me in that position. Even though it was difficult for me to be there socially, in the social construct, looking back, it's like, they did a lot. So I feel like they made miracles. So by virtue of that fact, I need to make miracles for them.
They walked so that you could fly.
So I could fly.
So now that you are flying, you need to fly with them.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So I'm wondering.
This means.
Wait, before we ask you, did you guys have a similar situation? I know you guys went to an Afrikaans school.
Yeah, I think even from kindergarten, it was the same vibe. Crash.
I was just about to say everything. Okay. No, we can see which side of the fence you grew up on.
It was the same, but I think it was probably 8 black kids to the one. It was up the road from home, and the dynamics there was crazy, you know. Abantwana bafana isikhaftini, sewing, you know, like peanut butter.
Correct.
Obviously,
but I didn't mind.
Yeah, because you don't know as a kid. You know, I used to check those lunch things.
At least you weren't one of one.
There was a whole crew. We had a crew check. Lunch communicates, the teachers.
What about the president?
How
old are you guys and this is happening?
In crash. Like we had a whole system of gangs. You know. Yeah.
So wait, so what I'm getting here is that you guys were in the minority, but you were bullies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Both of you.
Yeah. That's how we got along. What we won with is we didn't need friends.
Because you
automatically we playing with each other. Okay? They're like, okay, these two are, let's go join them. And then the crew gets bigger, you know, and then we all up to mischief. But we got expelled, I think, at like the next year after, because we were supposed to leave at 5. Yeah, we got expelled early the next year. Because in preschool, we got a strong.
So, Nimosha, as a result of that, much Mosha in general?
No, because we don't fit in. Okay? We just wanted to belong. You know, we want to belong, and the fact that they don't allow us in this circle, so we also want to be rebellious.
Yes.
Okay,
100%.
This is on trap again. So we used to take turns. Let me tell you how. So in crash, there used to be the system of bike riding. You know, there's people who go first, and so we take turns. Okay, Lizwe, you are running operations today. I'm gonna foresee who's being rebellious, so that if you be rebellious, you
how much you done on 5? You said okay, so ni 30 tags.
Yeah.
So group leader.
Yeah, so he's the one who's actually who's ridden.
Okay.
So
sharp.
Boy.
Yeah.
1 rand. And bear in mind, these bikes are for free.
Of course.
For the kids, they already have a system in play, because it was because it was the difference between the white kids and the black kids was so huge. And how they treated us, we felt left out. So we just felt like that's the only way we can belong in this place.
To instill fear.
To instill them, you know, because they're scared of us already.
Did that theme carry on through to high school?
So it changed when we got to primary. Because when we got to primary, it was a bit more tense when it comes to the relationships with the Afrikaners, because they are now trying to show that we are from a well-off family. And the only
now they are aware of the surroundings. Time I am in a mine. Now people are aware. So now it's a half a flex game kind of.
So the only way you fit into the circle is by playing sports.
Okay.
And you have to be super good. You know, not just average. You gotta be the best. You have to work 10 times harder than the white kids to actually even fit into the first team or whatever, to actually go on trips. Because if you suck, you watch them go on trips.
Exactly.
One day, like shit, even in school, like it was bad, guys. Even spat at you.
No.
And you tell the teacher, and the teacher's like, just brush it off. Imagine brushing it off as a child.
You are a child. Do you think that those experiences of sticking together to fit in, sticking together to be good at stuff, do you think that stuff strengthened your relationship somehow?
True. Yeah, I did. I did very much. It was on some. Do you remember Van Damme and Alex? That was the vibe. That was the vibe. It's us against everyone. You know, and it made us more tighter more than anything. Although we fought a lot, but yes, we fight. If you come in between, we fight with you.
Correct. If we are fighting, Nina, no, you too. See again.
But after 5 minutes, we could. We could.
Okay, so now last one. Going through the school system, as you said, you went to an Afrikaans school and it was pretty rough. Do you feel like you would have preferred having gone to just like a normal school where you didn't have to stand up for yourself, you didn't have to do all of that stuff?
No, actually, no, because that actually helped bring out certain characters out of us. It would have been, maybe could have been those cheese boys, sissies type of vibe, but it brought out those characters that if you want something, you fight for it, and you stand up for yourself, and whatever you want to do, you do it with conviction that I'm going to do this thing.
For sure.
And also when it comes to like working hard, like to be accepted within that circle, I'm going to do my utmost best to actually be in the first team or to be number 1 or 2 in the class. I'm going to do way more than other people are. So it actually built our characters to actually be workaholics. Later, even still now, it's still instilled into us. Like whatever we do, give our utmost best.
Correct. Because of how it started.
Because of how it started.
Now, for me, in the very interesting, sorry, I'm very caught up in the whole twin thing. It just blows my mind to a point whereby I will ask you, but academically, young man boss.
Come on. I mean, to correct that, I was lazy, bro. I was very lazy.
Sorry,
Justify it.
Well, I was suspected. Academically, who was strong? Give me a name.
He's always been strong.
Okay, academically, he was strong.
Amen. For the first time in your life. Guys,
when it came to sports, who was stronger? Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So he pro nephrate. Okay, fine, fantastic. Now, who is older?
He's older. Yeah.
Okay, by obviously a couple of minutes.
Okay, well, but it's a cultural thing.
Okay.
Because I don't know who actually came up with this idea. So, so apparently, the oldest one is the one who pushes the youngest one out.
First.
Was one krach. Please, guys, can we talk about this?
Oh, so the oldest one is not the first one to come out. Oh.
But if you date it back, the one who came out first always used to die in our culture.
Okay.
Yeah. So twins
because
because Shaka was afraid of twins. It's too much power between two people, and they might overthrow the whole system.
Oh.
So it's a threat to my monarchy. So we don't need twins.
Okay.
So who came out first?
I came out first. Yeah.
But he's
Which
older.
makes him the oldest.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, because Okay. And now, so in that and in the whole, now if you're taking it back to the whole school system and all of that kind of stuff, right? Do you guys don't feel like we're older?
Yeah, I know. It's not even a thing.
Yeah, it's not a thing.
It's when it's at home mostly.
Okay.
Where you actually see that where okay,
yes.
Okay,
cool.
And when we make decisions in the house,
yeah.
Mama's decisions. Mama's like, Lizwe.
Are you serious?
No, the yes decision is fine.
Okay. And then did you ever use that in the school system? The whole twin thing as well. These 70s, but I can't tell you the test.
Oh yeah, a lot. I was bad at maths because I was the smarter one. I used to do maths for him.
No, you weren't the smarter one. You were the most hardworking. I need to see that. What?
Yeah, so I used to write his maths papers, and because we weren't in the same class also.
And you're fun, so, I get.
And there was no way Mrs. Van Yerden was going to know.
You'd see the other kids in the class giggling.
Because why?
This is all right. And I'm chilling in his class, busy causing mischief. He's in accounting. He's like, what? I'm gonna blow my eyes because I don't know what's happening.
which then spilled over to Indombi also. Sorry, I'm really sorry. I'm just asking the questions that everyone wants to know. I'm everyone in this instance.
It's a question we get all the time. Like, have you guys ever done? Yeah, we have. A couple of times. Most of the girls expect us to do that. I'm saying,
we feel so bad for you.
Oh, you can just stop, girl. Oh,
I didn't want to. I didn't want to, for real.
Expectation of society.
Let me tell you about one experience. So me and a couple of friends of mine go to the school, basic casting. So shy around. And in Cheriake, Ifunda at that school. So we get there, we get out of the car, we're just chilling. Very social. And this chick comes through, she kisses me. I'm like, and I'm about to say, my friends are like, hey. I love your reaction. You wait for that. So, I'm like, okay, let me go on the floor. And it's her birthday. I don't even say happy birthday. We kissed, and I'm like, ish, we gotta pass that. We pass. I get home, I don't tell this one what just happened. And then he comes back later, he's like, bastard. So no, I got there and I've got a gift for her, I've got some roses, and she's like,
because you dressed differently.
I'm like, oh fuck. Her reaction on her face just said it.
All
like to say anything.
that other guy was here.
Okay.
Alright, I want to rein us back in, guys. Because, you took us short there.
And then, after you kissed that girl, there was black text.
No, I really want to rein us back.
Please, just please.
Okay, cool.
Please.
Alright, fine, great, fantastic. So your parents afford you these opportunities, fine.
Yeah.
You go through the schooling system, by hook or by crook. I was thinking the other day, but he said he sentence 80. Transport. Do you ever use that?
Transport goes through some tata.
Well, so it does jala or whatever, right? So you go through it and it's cool. At the time you're going through it, you're not thinking about it consciously. But if only my mom, tatam did the most for us to be here. No. You're doing your best, whatever. Then there comes a time when you go, hey man, these people sacrificed, suffered.
Yeah, and that's mostly when you get old.
When you get old.
The schooling system.
Yes.
You start to expand and those.
So then do you start feeling, I owe these people like
a lot.
A lot.
Or do you feel?
Well, for us, it's quite different because we felt it at a very young age. I think when we started our primary, my dad, we didn't grow up with our dad during our whole primary. He stayed in the States for quite a long time, so he lived his life. Rolling Stone. He had his best life. So my mother
so dead when I am Doja Cat. Sorry, okay, I'm so sorry.
He was literally tortured.
Sorry, bro.
But so my mother raised us, so she struggled a lot. So I even remember our first pair of clothing we got from a what's this confiscated what?
Oh, lost and found.
Yeah. That's where we got our stuff. And my mother used
uniform.
Yes, it's
Oh, snack.
Yeah, so and we were conscious of that because we went with her to go fit other lost and found. And she's like, hey man, be happy that you're going to school, And for us, it wasn't even a thing.
You don't even feel it
or think of it. Because just try and tease us.
And you'll see.
You'll see
your mother.
We'll have a problem.
Yeah, for sure.
Might just take your chance.
Put some inside,
But and she used to make food for us for the whole week. Imagine she used to make fat cakes on Sunday. Imagine fat cake Friday. In tea, bro. I don't even drink tea till today.
Because you're just like, no way.
It takes me. Yeah. So that kind of shaped our mindset when it comes to my mother.
Yeah.
So for her, she's, I could literally give her my last 50 rand.
Yeah.
Because she sacrificed a lot, and we saw it. And she was very vocal about things. She was like, hey man.
Yeah, transparent. But yes, I know whatever.
So even that, we started like waking up early, take my sweet and go sell at school. Just
okay. Did you have that conversation though?
No.
Like say, Brazo, yeah, but one must pass your sweater.
Yeah, between us, not.
Yeah, you should
between us. Yeah.
But same time, one must have sweater. And we need to make a plan.
Yeah, and there's certain things that we want that other kids have, but obviously only
so can't buy.
Except boy, this is always a shot to actually get ourselves out of this situation.
Sure. Then you grow. Then you got this call. Then I'm not going to talk about career choices. Then you go to Spain. Alright? Kala go to Spain, ni ateta yomuba. Except John Mamela Fikayas. It's an open conversation.
Yeah. But
and
then
okay, come on food.
No. Sometimes it's like, I'm gonna make an example. Mom, so even if you're watching this,
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
So we wanted to build a wall at home. So me and Lizwe, we got a cake, a very nice cake. It made us good. So we're like, Mamzo,
Zasha,
here's the cash. Go build the wall.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, sharp, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Me and Lizwe decided to go down because we know we're waiting to see the wall.
Yeah.
We get home.
There's no wall.
Now we go to Cape Town. I'm like, Mama, we are trying to Cape Town, man. Come, January. No, I didn't need my labor.
But then, do you think of it as tax? Do you think of it as black tax? Giving your mom, yes, you are thankful of the stuff that your mom did. Do you think of it as black tax? Because I feel like black tax has got like a negative connotation.
No, I don't see it as black tax at all, And for me, it's like, hey, she wanted to have a nice time. Well, we could have had that conversation. Yeah, don't say, let's do this.
Now, mom is big. They're eating. Wow, okay.
So you don't think of it as tax, right? Then we're moving on to now the spiritual realm. I know you guys are spiritual human beings, right? And in the spiritual realm, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done that costs money. And it's expensive to talk to the people.
Lale.
Does that feel like tax?
Well, it felt like tax to us. So we were going through a surname change because there's a whole lot of thing. So when we get home, we actually said we're gonna do this. Me and Lizwe. And they're like, okay, cool, thank you for that. And then jiggy, man, it says dinner. This is our span. I was like, no, it's not our span, it's our
span, yeah.
So it kind of felt like, okay, not everyone is bringing the end. So it's like, okay, what must happen?
We are getting the punishment.
We are getting the punishment. Literally, we came back to Joe and we were like, yes.
High speed.
It had to happen. Because we got two other siblings also, older brother and sister.
Okay.
And between all of us, we were more fortunate to actually have a bit more income.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's just not even just sit down and talking about it. It's just us just making a decision. Actually, let's not even go there because we know what that talk is going to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's rather just ironing out the conversation.
So I feel like what I feel like I'm hearing is it does feel like tax. It's a necessary thing, but there are points where you're just like, hey man, if these people are like looking out for us and they got our back, why is it so expensive?
Yeah.
Why?
But what if I want? What if I want? Now if it's out na unphone him, chance.
But now, then it won't happen.
Yes. If lay in article, chance na and you get out.
Umnane vele fuck on. So yes, that's why they speak to me.
These are the reasons why.
So then if we were to say that if your general view then, right, or your collective view would be the fact that chance, there's certain things that need to happen and get those things, sizozenza. Noba kuteni, akonditeni. It's not black text, iti. But are you saying thank you? The black text color chance, it's you saying thank you for affording me the opportunity. That's why there's something that you do, Jews.
But then talks about, mntana kamakazibani wasentontoni ifuna isipangati CV bakamfaka that's taxing.
Now that's taxing. Now you're like, no, okay. It has nothing to do with home.
Okay.
Now that is something. But if I'm capable of actually helping,
then
it's
but again, it's press.
Yeah, I won't go out of my way.
Yes. But for a nuclear family, it was press.
Yeah, I know.
For all it was press. For the sister, for the man, it was press.
Mabete, I know. Uno siska makelo anu funzo shala kancane egoli. No. I know.
Yeah.
Akazama kuyifemeli.
No, but this alani is nyawe.
Tunashala 3 months.
I feel like at some point we need to learn from what I'm shopping about. When I'm shopping about the family, I eat
God, you need to learn.
I'm suing my dad. I'm suing my cousin. What do you mean? Okay,
No, you need to. I think we got to a point also as after the whole world thing, we were like, no, we know how to say no to certain things. Okay.
Yeah.
No to this, yes to this.
Very important. Learning how to say no.
Food,
and
yes.
Beautiful.
Anyway, it's that way though.
Yes.
I want this. Okay, we'll do it for you. We said no to you, but we'll do it. You know? So it's not like we're gonna give you the money, but we'll do it. We'll literally do it.
You gotta learn because people also just take advantage.
Yeah, no, they keep taking.
All right, cool. So I think at the end of the day, we figured out whether to discern whether people are trying to like take too much from you and whatever, and to be able to manage those things, right? Is there one person who manages better than the other here?
Yeah, me. I know. Sometimes if they ask me, I'm like, I know sisters will be like, no.
Oh,
a straight face. No.
Yes.
No, mama, Aiko, no, Yazi, no. Full stop. I feel like people need no sometimes.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that I'm very financially savvy.
Okay.
Things, I just don't. When I'm calling, you must know.
If you spend 8,000 with $1 million, I would 20,000. Okay. All right. Yeah, for sure. Okay.
So I'm good with no's. Even with my other siblings, it's like, okay, right now it doesn't make sense, but let's give it some time, and then we'll revert to it again.
Okay.
And then we'll have the conversation.
100%.
But right now we can't.
Okay.
Because I as much as I love to do a lot for my siblings, but I don't want to sacrifice myself at the same
For sure.
time,
And there's a thin line.
There's a very thin line.
Yeah.
True.
So that's one thing that is a little bit different with the two of you. You're like the no man, right? But
you always hear. I'm laughing because you always hear the yes man.
Yeah.
You never hear the no man. Then I laugh.
So Sizwe, is there something, a characteristic in Lizwe that you don't have, that you kind of admire or like go, that's a cool personality trait, or that's a cool characteristic that I would love to have if I could, or whatever? Because I'd hate to think that you guys are exactly the same.
No, definitely not. Definitely one thing that he does is that he's able to connect people, a whole lot of people at the same time.
Yeah,
and make things move. It's because it's a question. Don't forget about
It's provoked. It's not unprovoked.
It's not unprovoked.
It's a provoked question.
Yeah. The turnaround time is very quick. Like we'll think about an idea now. It's like, okay, Salita, you're gonna do this. Zulu, you're gonna do this. Okay, so it's like
oh, yeah, project manager.
Yeah, boy.
Okay,
yeah, he's
good at that.
He's good at that. Yeah.
And you? What do you admire about your little brother?
Go man, doesn't think twice. And sometimes I overthink things. And him,
okay.
No, let's go in. And sometimes you need that. Sometimes you don't need it, but sometimes you actually need it. You know, I remember going to our first audition. I was like, it's like, hey, Sangena, so Bonaparte, you know. And sometimes that's good because you learn something from that. Can I tell you guys a quick story? So I was with my older brother, and we used to stay in Bram, and it was a very cold winter. But we had no cash, and we had like 3 heaters, so we had to sell 1 heater, right? So I tell him, let's write it down, inside down. We get through. There's like an Indian place that sells
electric goods
and blankets, close to 3. So I'm with my older brother. I'm like, let's go inside there and go sell that heater to the customer because they only have small heaters there. We have a big heater.
Sure.
My brother's like, I was standing, and I'm like, I went in there, bro, and I first put the heater on the side before. So I'm speaking to this guy. I'm like, hey, that's a nice heater. Are you looking for a heater? So it's a small one, and it's going around. I'm like, yeah, that's really cute, man. You really need that for your family. It's really going to help. But I've got a bigger one. He's like, where's it? I'm like, it's right over here. He says, can you grab it and can we test it? I'm like, okay, sure. Let me speak to the Indian guy. I go to I'm like, hey, bro, I've got a problem here. Someone sold me a heater and it's not working. Can I just test it out quickly so that I can see if it really works? He says, plug it in. I'm like,
I'll lose. What the plug? I'll lose.
I think that's one trait.
Okay, and then when it comes to those things, so I'm now seeing with it. You have those things in this born. I would do you kind of lean on each other for those things?
Yeah, definitely.
If something is happening, evaluate.
Sure, we can see. It's okay.
This one is yours.
Okay.
It's not verbal. It's like
it's
got to the point where it's just like it just happens.
Is it not verbal eyes or you feel it? Sorry, like I don't even wait for him to break.
Okay. I'm nice. Same vibe.
Okay.
You know, he doesn't even think twice. I had to ask.
Yeah. And then no, I hear you. And then when you're sitting and you're looking at this whole twin thing, for you guys, do you feel like it's more of a gift or more of a curse in the urban twin?
There's pros and cons. There's pros and cons, bro. Because
what are the cons?
Besides the fact that you're con people.
The con is
Selling each other story. The other cons, not those ones.
one thing I can actually say, growing up, it was difficult getting friends because we were always the center of attention. And it always made them feel some type of way in the sense that when we're walking together, we go to girls. Obviously, we can't do this. It's simple. And they gotta wait. Yes. Even with siblings as well, you know, as much as our parents didn't say it, but because, you know, in the whole family itself, like,
you guys are the special ones.
More wallets. We get 50 rands, they get 2 rands.
So from a friend perspective, as kids, I would imagine abantu bafuna be friend under those false pretenses. But at least it's like having a famous friend.
Yeah.
Go, you feel it's like being famous, and you feel like you don't know
because you have a famous sister.
Yeah, understand? And go see my Ngozi, ma. Ngozi.
You got recognized on the streets the other day.
I did.
Yeah.
How did you kill me better? Okay, so one of those cons is that you now have to sift through extra layers.
And also, there's like you guys are magic in African terms. You guys have some kind of power that people will try and get from you. So which means you have to be like extra careful with like meeting new people and the
people we bring in
intentions.
our life. Yeah. So we extra protective. Even for each other. Okay, like Sizwe, I don't understand what is coming.
Okay, and then when that happens, then if lady, I'm fit to. When I was sitting to, I just met this person.
Great,
what a great friendship. Whether it's from a friendship perspective or maybe a relationship perspective. You understand? Right. It's from those kind of person. If your brother comes to you and they say, put my lap.
No, listen, I gauge first what's okay.
Where is he coming
let me
from?
suss out.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when I say
butterfly. I wasn't good to know this.
But look, I understand what you're saying. You have to suss out and do your own thing, obviously. But obviously, he's got your best interest at heart. He wouldn't just.
Yeah, and that's another con.
Yeah.
Because I also want my own identity. I can't be Sizwe all the time.
Yeah.
Because people will be like, hey, Sizwe.
And you're like,
And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm not Sizwe.
Yeah, bro.
Particularly Godfather. Burst.
Yeah.
So when he finished Uzalo, we had the same cut. When he finished Uzalo, he took all his hair off. So I was left with the cut. And then people will come to me like, well, Godfather. I'm like, no.
And they try to convince you.
And I'm like, no, it's him. Namara, it's you.
Guys.
Okay.
So a con, one of the cons.
Yeah.
Now you must always be fighting. Well, fighting will piggy, so extra.
Yeah. Or sometimes just let it go.
So if you were to be given a choice, you wake up, you are in a dream. Senizozalwa manje. Ufuna uba liwele okanye ufuna uba
one man. Miniwele. Man, one man. We're different people.
Yes.
One man. Yo.
That's so wild. Okay.
Because he's the one that's always putting me in trouble. He's not sure.
He's just like, I'd rather have a dog. I'd rather have someone to blame things on.
No smell.
For me, it worked out in so many things that we did. You know, for example, at some point we used to wait at Cape Town, and bro, I used to. Am I allowed to say?
If that's what you did.
I used to fuck up. And the only way I thought to salvage the whole thing is to bring my brother. So I just clean up, and this guy is angry. You can see him. How badly he needs. And then I know, T, sorry, bro. Can I just clean up for you? What? And then I call you to bring the bill. Yeah. Then he comes. Then the wife says, "Oh my gosh, you guys are twins!" Tim is back. No, baby, give him a tip.
Magic. You guys are magic. And you know what? That is magic. Come on, son.
Some days are different.
Alright guys, so let's get, we're considering that you guys know each other pretty well because you spent a lot of time together.
Yeah.
You lived together, you were born together, you went to school together and all of that. So you must know almost everything there is to know about
Actually, he's been my roommate all my life.
That's so great. That's so great. You always have a roommate.
But go over roommate, no lions that you just like, and now you don't need that he does, where you just like, man, did we even grow up in the same household? But it's weird because now you can't tell him he's adopted, right? wouldn't do that to tell you that they are adopt you. But you can.
No, man, this is cherry. It's
I can't.
You. It's time that is a guy.
He's not even saying anything.
I didn't know. He wants to introduce the girl and be like, oh, sure, boys, I'm going to see. Actually.
Oh, keep it big, guys. They want to protect her. I flash.
No, I don't even have to protect myself.
Yeah.
You know, my reputation precedes itself. Out in the streets, people know me. I don't play, yo.
These are the girls that we don't see. Alright, cool. Let's get into the game. So we have a quick quiz for the two of you, 10 questions. Very easy questions you need to answer about each other so we can see who knows who better. And at the end we'll give you a out of 10. And then whoever is sorry, yeah, you can't write this test for you. Focus. Yeah, then we'll see out of 10 who's got.
So how's it go?
Left column, you go all the way down, and then all the way down on the other. Yeah.
All right.
1 to 6. 1 to 6. Okay. 100%.
Do it.
Question your Kala. Who decided on hairstyle the angel? Imagine, sorry.
No, it's not really a question.
And he decides. Umdu leaves the house.
For the sake of work, we keep the same hairstyle.
Oh,
so that you know, we can never have an off day.
Okay.
Always making.
So no good we turn. You're just like, okay, well, I'm here now. Okay. Let's get straight into it. It's 12 questions. Question number 1. So you are going to answer for him. You are going to answer for him, right? For a trip to Zanzibar. If you win, a trip to Zanzibar.
Don't fuck up.
Okay, so what is your brother's favorite color?
You asking me?
He's gonna write what your favorite color is.
You're gonna write what his favorite color is.
Yeah, I went to school.
He's drawn a blank.
What is you done?
Yeah.
Cool. What's your brother's favorite food? And you're not talking about posties.
If you don't know what posties are, you're better off not knowing.
And what's your brother's favorite car? The next question. What's your brother's favorite sport? To watch. Because there's also watching and playing, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's their favorite type of music? This might be a tricky one, depending on whether or not you do partake, but the next question is, what's their favorite fruit? But fruit. What's their favorite fruit? On a woman, what is your brother's favorite hairstyle?
No. It's in Panta.
I don't know, man. I'm just happy to be here. Next one is of post-apartheid South Africa. Of the presidents that we've had, who's your brother's favorite? We've also seen that you guys kind of seem to travel a lot or enjoy traveling. Of the provinces that we have in the country, what's your brother's favorite province to travel to? Right. In terms of dress, right? We take our questions from things that we see. You know? And they're looking at you now, I need to go bad. What is your brother's favorite item of clothing?
Alright, cool. So I think they should mark each other's paper.
Okay,
Fine. So
Alright, so first question. So I will ask the question, yeah? And then you will answer as yourself.
As yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Wait.
Yes. So I will ask the question. So I'm gonna say, what's your favorite color?
Next one.
Iti lena pink, iti enye orange.
Okay, sure.
Good luck with my handwriting.
That's why she wanted to start.
Thank you.
Cool. What's your favorite color?
Blue. Green.
I'm confused.
Yeah, but I'm confused. Blue.
You're doing.
He wrote for him. Green. Blue.
Yeah.
Okay, so right when because he wrote blue.
I wrote for Sizwe.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, we can see who's the smart one. I forgot to say to him.
I'm so confused. Is that mine?
I said blue.
Who am I marking? This one?
Yes.
His
His answer. You are listening to his answer. I'm listening to his
Okay,
answer.
sharp.
Okay, cool. Favorite food?
I said apple.
Food.
Food. Pizza.
Which was spaghetti. He wrote his favorite food. So when I mark according to what he's going
What
to
he
say.
says.
Yes, because he's answering.
So what are you saying? Spaghetti means?
Yes.
Right? Favorite car?
R8. Audi R8.
Ooh, half a mark.
3. Oh, my favorite.
Yes,
car.
your favorite.
It's an Audi R8.
Okay, half a mark.
His favorite car is Audi R8.
Okay.
Yes.
No, you're answering for yourself. Oh, my.
No, answer for yourself.
Yes.
You answer
You answer
myself.
to me.
Well,
Oh,
you
yes.
answer to me.
Okay.
Sizwe.
Audi
Okay.
R8.
Okay.
Out of
sure.
3.
Yeah.
Ah, Shayam.
Oh my gosh, favorite sport?
Rugby. Soccer.
Okay. Favorite genre of music? I didn't think it's
Hip hop. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
favorite
apple? Favorite food?
Apple.
Okay. You're so boring. Then I'm appealing.
favorite Instagram girl?
What is yours? What's your favorite hairstyle? I don't know mine.
For me, it's natural hair, whatever it is.
Okay. Okay. He says Afro, but up on natural hair.
Yeah.
Favorite president?
For me, it has to be Monday.
Favorite travel destination?
PE. It has to be Cape.
Oh. Okay. I'll give him the point. Eastern Cape.
Very confused.
Yeah. Okay. Favorite clothing item?
For me, it's Sneaky.
Skinny jeans.
Oh, for me.
For you, bro.
We keep telling you. Not the dangerous.
The danger is we should have done this thing in Zoom.
I don't even know if we play this game right. At this point. Honestly, because I get all the answers, but they all from him.
What?
All the right answers are from him.
Oversized t-shirt.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3. 3 out of 10.
Who's that? Nigale. Brown correct 3 out of 10. But if life were to give me a second chance, I'd be a 3. It's damn she like 6 out of 10. And what we did on the last episode is that the person that won the person that lost had to give the person that won 200. So then transfer 200 on the chance. So the black taxi,
Yo man, thank you guys for joining us. This was so much fun. I can't believe we laughed so much.
Awesome, man.
It's like it's obvious that's a time to Thanks for sharing. Thanks for being honest. I feel like you guys were way more honest than I expected.
Yeah, and it's so refreshing because I think one of the things that we definitely want to try and work towards is honesty, bro.
Yeah.
Honesty amongst each other as siblings. And honesty in general as people.
Yeah.
You know, like when you guys were saying, but guys, do you know what I mean? And honesty as well, because the honesty sometimes it helps. Constructive criticism.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, bro. So
Yeah.
I really, for me, those are my takeaways. Yeah, bro. If you leave with nothing else from here, write this down.
Alright, well, nothing more from our side. I'm just grateful to have had this moment to share. Thank you, Lizwe. Thank you, Sizwe. You guys, thank you also for always just coming through. And the dope comments you guys are always giving us. We were thinking about the comments today and we were like, nobody's saying any smack ever.
Yeah.
Which is like a little worrying, but it's also like really cool.
Feel free this time. Go for it.
All right, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And as per usual, love each other. Bye.